It's been like 6 months since I made one of these. It's we've been here in the house for 13 months now, so probably time to get back in the groove of it, especially with all the stuff that's been going on. If nothing else for record keeping, and plus Jenny's over there doing the same thing, and I can't let her be better than me. I'm the best. That's not fucking true. So these guys, I think I'd recorded a few times. They're coming in okay. This one's struggling a little bit, this Cuyamaca cypress, and it brought in this, somehow this Aeonium came in here, and that's really great because it's just taken off. It started off like this tall, a couple inches, and that's what it is today now. It's really gorgeous. And then this guy right here is a pioneer plant from the chaparral. I'm glad that's coming in all on its own to join all the other pioneer plants out there, the coyote bush. This Cuyamaca is doing much better. The soil's way different than the one over there, which I think is part of it, but then also more sun, or different sun. It's hard to tell. Anyways, it's doing really well, doing better than the other guy. We added some more mulch around the other guy to try and figure out the water situation. Like I said, the soil over there is way different. It's much looser. So a lot of the moisture that this one retains from the rains just falls through that one. We've got the water junction box replaced. It was looking like a hidden treasure box with like these wood planks. Tore that up, replaced it with one of these sprinkler system boxes to get at it and protect it a little bit better long term, because that wooden box was falling apart and soil was covering it, and it's going to be, if there was like a late night water emergency, I was going to be really mad. Taking a different tactic with all this stinging nettle this year. Like obviously that's not our property, but all the stinging nettle along the back I've more or less been leaving as it comes up, letting it die back, and just letting it break up the soil for us and let some of this moisture from the rain sink in. Haven't made any progress with getting a new tap in for back here. Been focusing our energies elsewhere and trying not to slip. This thick leaf yerba santa has really done amazingly. It's still getting eaten by caterpillars or something every once in a while. Fuck, I just put my arm in the stinging nettle. We've got some aphids on it. Yeah, but that's all right. It's really taken off, so it still gets eaten from time to time. But that's what it's here for, right? Wildlife. Bring them in. The downside of putting that stinging nettle. So this fence is in super shitty shape. And it's going to need to be replaced, but you know, it's a lot of money, and we still haven't talked to this neighbor yet. Even after being here a year, I've seen him outside a couple times, but it's always like when I'm trying to go in. So I've been a little bit rude and been like, no, I gotta go. But I pushed up a lot of this debris that was collecting down here up onto there to kind of shore it up, hopefully break down to some soil with time. I don't know how realistic that is, but just like I said, trying to slow the failure of this fence as long as possible. You can see the previous owners, if I take my finger out of the fucking zoom, or out of the lens, you can see the previous owners had driven these this rebar into the ground to help keep it up. And probably gonna have to do some more of that along here, but the soil too. That plus getting some Cali natives growing in along here. These came from a 6-pack. We get poppies, Cali poppies, popping up all over the property, but not up here, and didn't want to try transplanting them, so we bought a couple 6-packs at the plant nursery, and I threw them in up here, hoping for the double whammy of starting more of the wildflowers coming through our property, and also helping break this down into soil. And providing some drainage too, because the erosion through here. It's the other big thing we've been working on. We put in the yerba santa for both the wildlife and for runoff, slowing it down, and then putting the sugar bush here in, and Cali Rose went in maybe a month or two ago. And the rains that we most recently had showed that this was a good arrangement for helping slow the stuff down coming through here. Again, trying to slow the water down, so it stays on our property, reduce the erosion. But then we still have spots like this, and it's not going to show up very well, other than maybe see the this spot right through here where we've got, you can kind of see where the water trickled down through. So I'm starting to add some of this mulch up here as well. Again, slow trap, keep the water up here for these plants as they root in, start their lives. This camera works shitty, but you know, what do you expect? What do you fucking expect? This lemonade berry last year we put in when we moved in, more or less. It kind of just, you know, survived throughout the summer, but it's taken off again now that we're in spring, and I'm excited to see what that'll do. This and the sugar bush over there. We saw a few examples on a trail nearby the house where we were walking the dog, where Jenny walks the dog, and I tagged along one time because I don't leave the house very much, but seeing them grow on slopes there, because it's a big drop off, it's a valley down to a river, really confirmed that putting them on here was a good choice. They'll really do a good job of helping hold stuff in position. And we saw a bunch of stuff kind of growing up through them. Monkey bush, maybe. Anyways, so really excited for what these will allow us to do in the future, both in terms of, you know, protecting the property from eroding and opportunities for growing other stuff. This guy, I keep forgetting its name, but it's doing really well as well. Doing a really great job. These stems down here have gotten really nice and woody, and then we've got this flush of new growth coming in everywhere. A little floppy. New stuff that with time will, you know, stiffen up and will continue to root in and slow down the water, and this fucking plane go away. Fuck off, I'm talking. Jesus Christ. Anyways, all right. We're running out of places for my new geranium addiction. So up at the front, I don't know if you can see the pinky purple flowers up there. That's a old geranium that's been here since well before we moved in. And as we were preparing the front for all the work that Jenny had planned up there, we pulled out a part of it. And that's what this is here, and it's taken pretty well. And we've got another one up here, which is really great. I forget which one this one is. Let's see. This is the peppermint scented one, and it's, as described, smells like peppermint. Hoping to keep with these scented geraniums, critters, a little away. This one's really great. This is a tar of roses, and yeah, it smells like a rose. Maybe a little funky, like a little like a chemical representation of rose, but I'm loving it. I don't care. It's really nice. And so back over there on the slope, the reason why I put them up here is up on around there. Don't focus on my finger. Up around there. We have a neighbor. I don't know if the pink flowers are gonna come through, but we have a neighbor who's got geraniums running down the hill. So I was thinking, fuck, man, why don't we do the same? It'll help slow down, again, the erosion up here. Anything that falls from the tree, hopefully fall on or behind them, and kind of help build up soil right here with time, control the erosion, keep that fence from, another fence from toppling over on us with time. Like, it's not gonna happen anytime soon, but, you know, I'm paranoid. And then we've got a little wildflower test bed. Just got the seeds down in here last week. So we've got a little bit before they really start popping up, but we've got a couple here. Little guys coming through. And, you know, the wind is coming from behind me right now. So they're not really going to drop anything that's going to spread into the yard immediately, but it's just about building it up and kind of giving a test to see how they'll handle in this really loose soil over here. And in the shady spot, you know. experimentation, figuring out how to work with this property still. This succulent bed I had a lot of concerns with at the end of last summer, but it's held on really well. The only concern I have right now is the amount of moisture that it's holding on to. A number of these guys aren't going to really dig how much water it holds on. That kind of gets trapped in there with the soil, but experimentation. That's what it just said. Open your ears. I don't know. Don't listen to me. These pickle guys that I've been carrying around since shortly after we moved to San Diego, taking hold. The ball beans, which I've split and split and split from I think 4 plants, really doing well here. They're gonna look really sad during summer, but for now they're looking really great. And that Corlicara afra right there with its gorgeous foliage and red stems. It had been rode over by a contractor's truck that was pulling down the deck that was up there. It's come back just fine. Really happy. Can't wait to see how tall it gets, how dominant it gets in this space. Yeah, I'm excited. I know, I'm positive. How fucking weird is that? All these coyote brush that just keep coming up. There's so many. Last year we had 3 or 4, and now look at us. Who's living better than us? All these free fucking plants that we'll be using to kind of scope out what else we do with the yard back here, this flat. The plant nursery sells these guys for, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks in 1 gallon containers. Got all these motherfuckers for free. Similar to the what's that? Stinging nettle. I'm letting all these guys here come in. All these weeds. They have a name, something radish, as like a common name. And I certainly don't remember the botanical name, but I'm just letting them do their thing, kind of trampling them, letting them break up the ground, let this water. We will hopefully have another rain coming through tomorrow. Let this water kind of seep into the ground, get stuck in there for the other stuff we plant in, like this sugar bush. That much like the lemonade berry up on the ridge was looking like it was surviving but not thriving all last summer. And from afar, I don't know how this is going to turn out once I'm the recording, but from afar it looks, it might look like a stick. And you get in close and look at all this growth coming in. Where this fucking guy go? He's going to get so big. And then just create this canopy right here where, again, more stuff can grow up and through it. It'll slow down the water, so we lose less, we get less erosion back there. Yeah, it's going to be fucking cool. And you can see some of the wildflower seeds that have been just kind of tossing around everywhere coming through there. Hard to tell if I should be concerned about them interfering with the rooting of this guy, but he's had a whole year to root, and so if he can't fucking figure it out, it's on him. We've got a vulgar name for this spot, but we'll shorten it to the V. We've got these artemisias that we put in just a month ago that have already, they were in, I think, gallon pots, and they've really taken hold here. Coffee berry. This one got nibbled on by squirrels or rabbits shortly after we put it in, but it seemed to have survived. Some of the wildflower seeds. This is a really great plant called San Miguel Savory that we have all around the front pathway up there. Smells great and minty. The Lakeside Ceanothus, which may or may not be named Lakeside after the town we live in, Lakeside, but I choose to believe it's named after this town, so that's what it is. Same thing, I think we put this in fall, winter. I don't know when we put it in, but it's just taken off. And these grasses as well. We'll see how they handle the summer, all the heat that we'll be getting. But they look great. Just look at these flowers. And they're native, so they can, I think, I'll ask Jenny. She remembers those things, I don't. If not native, they're naturalized. They've got them all along that walk that I went on with Jenny, seeing the sugar bush along the slopes and everything. These two puffballs here are not native. I think they're from the Mediterranean. They're pretty cool. They're gonna get a couple feet tall and wide. Let's see. Yeah, 1.5 to 2 feet tall and wide. Pumped to see what those guys do. Another coffee berry, more artemisias. And then I added these rocks in as a test, both to see how it would look, and again for slowing down the water as it comes down through here, to help prevent this from getting washed out. It's hollow, basically from here to there. The ground is hollow underneath it. It's gonna fall out sooner rather than later, but again, same thing, slow it down, because we don't have the money for that. Get that fixed up. I'm going to want to get fixed up the right way. And I'm assuming we'll need an engineer of some form involved. Oh, yeah, these little guys with these pink flowers. Gosh, the light, I think it's too bright. There we go. Look at that flower. That's so dope. I don't remember if they're native, this is a little native creepy crawly guy, or if it's a naturalized. I looked it up and said it's not invasive, and it's neat, and I want to keep it. And that one popped up over there just recently, and then this one's been over here for a little bit now. And I'm letting it chill next to, these radish guys. I'm not worrying about pulling the radish guys out because they're providing some shade, capturing some more of that moisture. Not really worried about these guys getting out competed by these guys, because these will definitely die back by summer, by the time summer actually hits in earnest. And that's just their cycle, so I don't worry about that. And then another neat thing going on over here too, if I can get my finger out of the lens again. This is a nettle as well, but it's not a stinging nettle. I don't remember its name. I just learned it a couple days ago, so I'm not surprised, but it's got these beautiful striations. I'm kneeling in stinging nettle. God, the light's not right. Let's see if I can do it from a different angle. That's a little bit better. Can I get it? Yeah, that's still not going to show very well, but it's got this great stripy pattern up and down the stem, which I just am in love with. And so that one definitely is not getting pulled out. It's a weed, but beauty's in the eye of the beholder. One man's trash, another man's treasure, etc. This was the failed experiment with the veggie bed last year. I pretty much just ignored it over the winter and let it do whatever the hell it wanted to do, because I'd given up. Basically what happened was gophers came in through there. There's a hole there that I've been covering up, and then they also dug a tunnel all along underneath this to eat out some of the plants. So I haven't done anything with it other than to water it recently and put 5 plants in to see how they'll do. These guys, did I leave the tag here? They're Cali native, biannual. I don't remember what they are anymore though. Damn, I got rid of the tags. Anyways, they smell like maple syrup, dude. So neat. Especially come summer. Like apparently that'll get really much stronger. And I chose this spot for them because they said they do well in areas where like the soil is disturbed, because they're also pioneer plant. So if the gophers come through here, I know that's not exactly what they meant, but if the gophers come through here, maybe it'll help them continue to do their thing. And then some more yerba buena, which our neighbors might hate us for, but it smells so nice. It's a Cali native-ish plant. And it'll work and mat itself down around here to work as a green mulch with time. And probably choke out some seedlings and shit, but whatever. There's not going to be much veggie growing this year, so we can handle that later. And then I put another Atara of Roses geranium over here. Again, same thinking about critter control. Hopefully with the scented geraniums, they'll be less likely to come this way. The gopher spurge over there, I mean, like, you know, gophers came right underneath it, so it didn't really do its job very well. But that's another scented geranium that I forget what it is. The alliums, you know, it seemed like the path that they made avoided anything that makes sense for them to avoid. You know, alliums. And so I'm hoping that another scented thing will. So it's an experiment, you know. Not banking on any of this, but seeing if it'll stop them as they come through. Because one of the things that draws them in, especially in summertime, is they're going to dig through where the soil's moist, so they can dig through it. Obviously, with this super hard clay that we got down here. And so because we were just watering this area, but all of this was dry, they were taking the easy route and coming in through there. The squirrels obviously were still a problem as well, but I don't know how to test to prevent them. And the birds were also causing part of the problem. But we've got so much going on around here lately that I think we're going to be in better shape this year for critter control, just because they've got so many other things to nibble on. And anyway, I only lost my train of thought 3 or 4 times there. And, you know, future Mike and Jenny, if you're watching this, I don't know. Was the work worth it?